On Monday, after his early morning run and quick shower, Nico drove into town with OneWag for his usual breakfast at Bar all'Angolo in the main piazza. It was a routine he had established within a few weeks of settling in Gravigna in May last year. The noise and activity of the café, with tourists and locals enjoying their espressos and cornetti, had made him feel less lonely. He had found a friend here, the Dante-quoting Gogol. They had breakfast together every day of the week except Sundays, when Gogol went to Mass. "Ciao, Nico," Sandro said, picking up empty espresso cups from the counter, dropping them into an already full wire basket that would go into the dishwasher. He didn't look happy. Sandro Ventini, owner of the café with his husband Jimmy Lando, usually stood behind the cash register making change with a smile or serving customers. Jimmy did the hard work of manning the blistering hot coffee machine and baking the cornetti. Nico thought it was an unfair distribution of labor, but knew it was none of his business. "Is Jimmy still in Florence?" Nico asked, once the last two local patrons had left. Sandro started Nico's Americano. "I wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't." Nico was selfishly disappointed. Jimmy's continued absence meant breakfast would again be without whole wheat cornetti hot from the oven. He always had two. How did his mother's operation go? "She survived." Sandro's regret was clear. Now he's the one who's sick with a bad cold. He'll be home this afternoon. There were no good feelings between Jimmy's mother and Sandro, according to the bench boys, 4 old pensioners who spent their last days exchanging opinions on a bench in the piazza. Jimmy's mother would not accept a gay marriage. "Wish him well," Nico said. "What shall I give you to eat?" Sandro asked. "Do you want a ciambella or a bomba?" OneWag perked up his ear. Both were fried dough stuffed with either custard or jam. Most of the sugar coating ended up on the floor. "Just the coffee, thanks." OneWag gave his boss a disappointed look and hurried out to the piazza. Nico went back to reading La Nazione, the Florentine daily newspaper the café provided. Gogol, standing at the door, watched the dog scoop between his legs. "Hasta deprive dignity to every act," he warned. "Buongiorno, amico," Nico called out, glad to see him, and relieved his friend had given up asking him to identify the Dante quotes Gogol liked to spout. "Another son came to the world," Gogol quoted as he and his cologne-sprayed overcoat made their slow way to Nico's table. It was the overcoat he wore all year that had given him his nickname after the short story The Overcoat, written by the Russian writer Gogol. "It is our good fortune we're still in it, my friend," the old man added, "at least for today." He stopped, his eyes aimed at the perfectly empty table. "If you want that with you, I sit. I will."